Okay, it's on.
Alright, so how do we want to start?
I don't know, let's just jump in
Just jump in. Okay, go ahead.
So, Voltron screwed the Holt family for literally no reason. Season 5 concluded this plot point by safely reuniting Sam, Matt, and Pidge. Unfortunately, it was choppy, uncompelling, and it made it feel like there weren't really any stakes in this war.
Pidge's involvement was initially entirely about her family. It was interesting in the beginning, right, because it made Pidge seem selfish and gave her an actual motivation to get involved in the war. She was sort of volatile and very one-track minded. But then after season 1, it's like she totally forgets about them. Like, I get that she needs to focus on being part of the team, but it's almost like her whole obsessive arc didn't even happen, and she's just totally content to be sitting back. Obviously, Pidge's family issues are very pivotal to her character. At least that's what we're made to believe in the beginning, but you cannot introduce something that central to a character and only bring it up when it's convenient for plot at the time, or choose to only dedicate an episode or two to it.
Well, because it's not just an external conflict that people encounter every now and then, it's an internal conflict that a character must carry throughout the whole show, consuming every aspect of her day and always sitting in the back of her mind. They want us to think that's true, but the audience is made to just go off on the assumption. The viewer shouldn't just assume this really bothers Pidge every single day, just because that's how the writers introduced her earlier. They can't just state something and rely on the viewers to recall some throwaway comment in episode 1. Instead, they should be showing us consistently that her family endangerment is constantly affecting her.
So, obviously, she's still working on it off screen, because every now and then an episode will suddenly appear where she's hot on the trail again. Eventually, we get to the episode where she finds her bro. First off, I don't know why I said it like that. First off, the fact that the writers felt the need to cram all of it into one episode shows that the writers don't understand that meaningful conflict takes time and tact to develop. It's cheap to think you can cheat your way out of that steady progression by introducing it, ignoring it, and then resolving it all in one episode like 3 seasons later. It's not enough to just mention it once in a while. Things need to happen. Pidge needs to keep looking.
Wait, wasn't there an episode where where Pidge goes to find Matt, like, in prison?
You mean episode 1?
No, that was episode 1.
Yeah, it was it was episode 1!
That was not
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was episode Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah. I didn't believe for a second that Matt was dead.
I can't put my heart into this because I think it's a false.
Because I'd never been given a reason to believe that anyone in this show would die. So the entire moment where Pidge was crying at the grave was not only completely unmoving, but it was useless. And as soon as she's done crying about her dead Anarchy, she realizes, oh wait, it's a prank, let's go save him. And we know that he free. Like, yay, good for you, but where's the collateral? You're in a fucking space war. Can you please act like the emotional toll is existent?
So obviously, the dad is gonna be harder to save because he's old and probably currently a slave to the Gaura, right? Well, like, that part's true. But then there's this whole song and dance where they go to save him, don't find him, and somehow I still don't even give a fuck when they say he's dead. I won't believe it till I see it, man. I know you're fucking lying. And sure enough, they save Dad, and everyone's happy, and now he can go home to a planet that thinks he's dead as if the government won't try to detain him for alien information. Okay, like, whatever. And so, now everyone's jolly and happy, and everything's hunky-dory, and Matt fucking vanishes, and that's it. That's the end of Pidge's family arc. This has done absolutely nothing to contribute to the story. In the beginning, I was compelled. I wanted to see how the writers would handle this character motivation and how it would change her in the end, but it didn't. Nothing happened, everything turned out perfectly, and Pidge hasn't developed at all.
Well, here's the problem.
Okay.
Here's the problem. This was a plot point set up from the beginning with amazing potential. Pidge has stakes in the game. She's got a reason to be here, fighting to save the universe. Honestly, I'd say she has a more compelling reason than anyone at first. And then all the drama about her torn loyalties between the team and her family just kind of drop. And she's never has to make a choice between her family and the team after that one episode in season 1. Everything just kind of works out, and she never develops because of this experience.
This is what I mean when I say there's no collateral. I don't care about Pidge's family because the writers never convinced me that they were ever in any actual danger. We know the Gaura are all victory or death and all, but it's just something they sort of say. The show is extremely tell-don't-show with conflict like this. I thought that at least Sam Holt would die, because 1, he's this old man thrown into space war and detained by these supposedly ruthless warmongers, and 2, I used to have faith that the writers knew what they were doing. There are plenty of ways the story could have made the execution of the Holt family reunion more gripping, but instead the writers were lazy, and we got this boring shitstorm.
Improvements.
Lay it on me, sis.
Convince me there are high stakes. Convince me there's a chance Sam and Matt could die. Extend the stress of these encounters beyond a single episode. Bring back Pidge's struggling loyalties. Make the issue change her. I hated her reunion with Matt because she just went off alone to handle everything. There was no development there. She just did exactly what she intended to do in the beginning. If Pidge has really developed, prove it by sending someone with her. If she trusts her team so much, let her rely on them. Why the fuck does she even stick with them anymore?
True.
The team obviously doesn't care one way or another if her family comes back safe.
I really want everyone to see her, like, her distress before she finds
At
Matt.
the same time, I feel like no one on this team cares about each other, so...
Having her go off alone not only shows that she hasn't actually changed at all since the beginning of the show, but it also removes the chance for relationship development between her and literally anyone else. Like, fuck man, why would you do that? They make all these good opportunities for writing and character development, and then they just shit on them. I'm so sick of Voltron, I hate it.
I hate it. If Sam had died, this show would win points for me. The show needs to be able to drive home the fact that this is a war they're fighting in, and they're children, and they can't always win. There's never been a climatic What are you singing that in the microphone?
I didn't think it'd be loud.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was I saying? There's never been a climatic moment in Pidge's arc where I've thought, oh my god, is she actually going to suffer a consequence? Is she going to be moved to develop as a character? Is she going to fail? Because the answer to those questions is always no, and that's a problem. This is war, man. You should be ripped the fuck apart, but none of you suffer. I have a major problem with this. In conclusion, the Holt family conflict was a terrible plot point that amounted to absolutely nothing of value or substance from a storytelling standpoint.
Yeah, totally. Thanks everyone for sticking around till the end, and don't forget
Get to smash that